An effective judicial system is essential to ensuring that justice is served at all costs, making it one of the foundational elements of a democratic society. Imagine a society where judges are frightened to make the proper call-out out of fear for their lives. If the judiciary and the judges are not shielded from discouraging outside forces, society will fall apart. But the question is, are the judges safe? See for yourself in this video. On November 18, 2021, two police officers barged into the courtroom of Mr. Avinash Kumar, an additional district and sessions judge in Janjarpur, Bihar, and attacked him. Additionally, it is claimed that the police officers shot at him during the event. It is further claimed that the two police officers assaulted and hurt the lawyers and courtroom staff who defended the sessions judge. The two officers have been named as Mr. Abhimanyu Kumar, a sub-inspector of the Janjarpur police station, and Mr. Gopal Krishna, the station house officer. It's important to highlight that none of the attorneys or courtroom personnel, including the sessions judge, had suffered a significant injury. Following this event, the Honorable High Court of Bihar took suo motu notice of the complaint and instructed Director General of Police of Bihar to submit a status report within 10 days of the subsequent hearing date, which is set for November 29, 2021. The occurrence was described as unprecedented and appalling to the court's succinct order, which also referred to it as an attack on the judiciary's independence, as well as the additional sessions judge. The court had mandated that the two police officers be imprisoned till the subsequent hearing as a result of the same. The attacker's motivation has not yet been made public, which is important to remember. A domestic abuse suspect from Kentucky raised several concerns about the judge's decision and launched an attack on the judge after receiving a jail sentence. Melissa Harvick is shown on the courtroom video fighting with Judge Jennifer Upchurch Edwards before receiving a contempt of court punishment of 10 days in jail. Melissa Hardwick, who was visibly upset, rushed for Judge Jennifer. Because she had disobeyed a prior court order, Mrs. Hardwick's ex-husband had taken her to trial. Hardwick resumed her tirade in defiance of the judge's threat to hold her in contempt of court. Hardwick was therefore given a 10-day jail sentence by Judge Edwards, who then released him with a simple flick of the wrist. Edwards' "she can go now" statement caused Harley to lose his cool. She jumps over the bench and attempts to choke Edwards, who, astonishingly, maintains a stone-faced expression throughout the entire dramatic hearing. 3 security personnel defeated Hardwick. Hardwick sustained face scratches as a result of the encounter, but Edwards was unharmed. Adam Dodson, a court security officer who assisted in restraining the woman, claimed to have only witnessed a similar occurrence took place during training. She is accused of intimidating a witness in a legal proceeding, third-degree terroristic threatening, and resisting arrest. She has now a $25,000 bond. After the event, Judge Edwards decided that Hardwick's husband's petition for a domestic violence order would stand. An official reported that the guy who was accused of killing his girlfriend lunged towards the judge overseeing his murder trial before being fatally shot in a Stockton courtroom. According to authorities, the defendant in a murder trial in Stockton, California, was shot dead on Wednesday after allegedly striking the judge during a break in the proceedings. Medics who wheeled Judge Cinda Fox were carried from Stockton, California after being attacked while in court. According to witnesses and court officials, David Paradiso, who was suspected of killing his fiancée by stabbing her, was testifying when the judge sent the jury out for a break after the defendant's mother became emotional and left the courtroom, assaulting San Joaquin County Superior Court Judge Cinda Fox after leaving the witness stand. According to Karen McConnell, a county spokesperson, David Paradiso was shot, she said. Witnesses stated that they saw Paradiso hoist the judge and start hitting and perhaps stabbing her as bailiffs rushed to the judge's rescue and gunshots were heard. The shooter of Paradiso was not immediately known. The judge was carried out on a stretcher and was conscious and alert, according to the Stockton Record, which was covering the trial. One arm was bandaged. Immediately, a lockdown was imposed at the courthouse. In 2006, Paradiso was on trial for allegedly slashing his fiancée in the neck while they were riding in his mother's car. When contacted for comment, his lawyers, Charles Pacheco, did not pick up the phone right away. According to his defense attorney, before approaching a judge and being fatally shot by a detective in the Stockton courtroom on Wednesday, David Paradiso appeared as if he had something in mind and was hesitant to testify in his own murder trial. The weapon Paradiso used to attack Judge Cinda Fox may have been brought into the court inside of a knee brace, according to Paradiso's lawyer, Chuck Pacheco. Paradiso replied, "Because she deserved to die," according to a representative from the San Joaquin Sheriff's Department. Then, Paradiso's mother got to her feet and began yelling. Fox announced a break as a result, the moment Paradiso attacked, according to the authorities. According to Pacheco, he witnessed Paradiso leap onto the judge and began to stab her in the neck. Then, as Pacheco said, a policeman entered from his left, reached over his shoulder and placed a gun at Paradiso's chest and fired. A rape suspect took hold of a police officer's gun and started shooting in a courtroom in the United States, killing the judge, a deputy sheriff, and a court reporter. As Brian Nichols fled the court in Atlanta, Georgia, a deputy was injured while pursuing the culprit. Later, it was claimed that he had taken a car from its owner, an Atlanta Journal-Constitution journalist, and pistol-whipped him. Later, to avoid a police chase, he attempted to seize several additional vehicles. Local schools were closed as a precaution, and all of the judges in the building were secured in their chambers as police searched central Atlanta. Information on the car Mr. Nichols is thought to have taken was put on electronic highway messages all around Georgia. After the first trial for Mr. Nichols' allegations of kidnapping and raping a former lover ended up in a hung jury last week, Roland Barnes, the judge who was assassinated, had been presided over the second trial. Before bringing in the new jury, Judge Barnes was attending to matters from a different civil proceeding. The deputy was wounded when Mr. Nichols, who was not restrained, grabbed the revolver from the holster and shot him before turning the gun on the judge and the court reporter. At around 9:10 a.m., Chuck Cole, a civil defense lawyer who was in a nearby parking lot, reported hearing gunfire to the Associated Press. There appeared to be 3 or 4 shots. We initially believed it to be an engine backfiring. Juror James Bailey testified that the jury was not present when the shooting took place in the courtroom during Mr. Nichols' trial. Mr. Bailey claimed that Mr. Nichols had unnerved him and the other jurors. Calls for increased protection for judges to protect them from intimidation followed the deaths. Judge protection, according to Howard Safir, a former New York police commissioner, is becoming more difficult. Webb was found guilty of a first-degree chronic felony offense and third-degree assault by a jury in the Fayette Circuit Court. For the assault conviction, the jury suggested a 5-year sentence, but because the defendant had a prior persistent offender conviction, they increased the sentence to 15 years. During his arraignment on 2 counts of attempted murder in Paris, the defendant reportedly spits on the judge, according to the judge's clerk. Then, Asbury claimed Webb spat in Dixon's face. A 30-year-old man named Boss Webb appeared in court to answer charges that he attempted to run over a deputy and a pretrial officer as they were standing outside the Bourbon County Jail. Due to her familiarity with Barkley and Mason, Bourbon, Scott, and Woodford County's district judge, Vanessa Dixon withdrew from the case. Asbury, who was there in the courtroom at the time, stated that the man basically didn't like the fact that she told him she was done with him. Webb left the courthouse with the help of deputies. Regarding the spitting, Asbury said there have been no charges brought. Additionally, Webb might be charged in the nearby Harrison County for the passing of 32-year-old Cynthiana resident Bria Runewicks. After attempting to run over the 2 officers, Webb gave a police chase until his car caught fire. Webb allegedly confessed to killing a woman on Cynthiana's New Lair Road while he was being apprehended by the police. According to the police, later, police found Runewick's body inside of a 1-family home at 1023 New Lair Road. So that concludes our video. What are your thoughts on it? Please share with us in the comments below. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, and make sure to subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you at the next one. Until then, peace.